Good morning, it is day 12 of our advent calendar, halfway through. Now, we have had an acorn leaf, we've had some acorns. What will be behind today's door? Not sure, should we check it out? Day 12 it is, and there it is, right on the edge there. So I'm just going to open it up. I've got inky pinkies. Oh, that one opened dead easy. Look at that. It is a little teeny tiny texture stamp. Oops, a daisy. See if I can get it out there. So we have got some, there we go, some distressed circles today. Look at those, how cool is that? If I turn it over you might be able to see it better. There we go. So we have got a leaf, acorns, and now a circle. What will we make? I've decided for today we're going to do a tag. So I've got some colours in front of me. I've got peel paint, bundle sage and tea dye. It's upside down, there we go. And I've got a craft card tag. So all I'm going to do is going to start by plopping some colour onto our tag. Seeing where it goes from there. So that's lovely bundle sage. And then I'm going to go in with my peel paint. Oops, that didn't want to come off then. So I'm going to turn my tissue again. Distress oxides do like to contaminate each other, so if you are blending with them or distressing with them, make sure you use a clean blending tool or a clean piece of kitchen roll. Just keep adding them in, and you'll notice I'm also picking up quite a lot of the ink with my fingers, so I just need to be very careful where I'm touching. There we go, and then let's get some of that tea dye on there. We've got two lovely greens, and then we've got our tea dye that's going to go in those gaps, which is very similar to the tag itself, isn't it, the tea dye? There we go. And let's just tidy up a few of my little pinkies I keep taking off with my ink. There we go. Right, so we've got a lovely coloured tag. I'm going to start off with the texture stamp we got in today's door. So I'm just going to spritz a little bit of water on my desk. I'm sure we've done this loads over the last few days. And just start stamping it onto my tag. And then, oops, I could do with a clean tissue for this. I'm just going to start blotting it away. I need to find my puddle I'd left on my desk as well. There we go. I'm not going to do too many of them because it is only very, very subtle in the background, and I don't quite think the camera's picking up all that loveliness. There we go. Just give it a waggle for you. So I'm going to get that dry, and then we're going to start adding some more of our texture stamps, of that texture stamp, using the colours. Our tag's lovely and dry now, so I'm going to go back. I think I'm going to go back to my bundle sage first. I'm just going to ink him up and just randomly stamp it in the background. Again, quite a subtle. I'm actually loving this background. It's quite it's looking quite retro at the moment, isn't it? So that is our bundle sage. I'm just going to clean my stamp off. I'm going to go in with decisions, peel paint, or I'm going to go in with my tea dye. I'm going to say tie dye then. So I'm just adding. I'm getting carried away with this texture stamp. Ooh, make sure I ink it up. There we go. Right, that is very wet. You can see the ink is very shiny. So I'm going to give that a quick dry with my heat gun again. Make sure I clean my stamp. So I'm going to give this a dry with my heat gun, and then we'll do something with our leaves. Our tag's now dry. I'm going to take my foam tape and I'm going to create a little circle. Now, I know a lot of you have got the all different tools that do this, because I'm going to create a wreath basically, or a circle. So So I've just drawn on the inside of my foam tape, and I'm going to take my peel paint. I'm just going to start layering up my stamp. So do a little bit of that one there. And we're just going to build this up all around our circle. And I know there's lots and lots of tools on the market to do this. So I've got a green layer. I'm going to grab, so that was Distress Oxide. I'm now going to go to my inks. So I'm going to grab my VersaFines. I've got a nice brown, and I've got Spanish Moss. I think the Olympia green is going to be too dark, so I think I'm going to go with these two. And decision time, are we going to go the other way too? No, we're not. We're going to keep going the same way around our little wreath that we're creating. So again, we're just going to come and pop these in, but because it's a different green, a different type of ink, it's going to stand out. So you can see I've got a gap here, so we're going to keep sticking our green one in there. There we go, just keep building it up nicely. And if we want to, we can go and put some extra ones in. I don't think I'm going to though. I'm quite happy with that for now. So I'm going to grab my brown. So I've got my vintage sepia now. And again, we're going to come in. I keep turning my tag round all the time. I'm making the tag do the work on the turning instead of my stamping. Oh, I don't like where I stamped that. So again, I'm just stamping this in the gaps I've got. A little bit of a gap there. I'm going to put another one just as we come on here. Just like that. So you can see we've got a bit of a wreath coming. Doesn't really look much at the moment, but we will make it look a bit better. So I'm going to take my charcoal pencil to begin with, and then just behind a few bits of here that we've stamped, start getting those layers of depth. You could stamp them all, cut them out and stuck them on. But that would have taken a wee while, wouldn't it? And I don't think I've got the patience to sit and cut all them out. I've lost track how many I've stamped. So can you see I'm just going in on that brown one to begin with. Adding a little bit more depth around my black one, because around my brown one, because that is actually the one that's at the top of the pile, isn't it? And I think I'll take my white as well, and we'll just add a little bit. So all we're doing with this white is we're just bringing it to the top of the pile. So I've cheated, we've not had to do any masking and layering. We're using our inks and our pens to tell us who's on top of the pile. There we go. Again, I'm just going to do the same heat round here. And you can see it's also my white pen, it's just mixing with that oxide that's at the bottom. So it's not truly white that it's drawing with, it's more of a greeny colour. So again, I think I've just got, I can't see that from over there, I've just got a little bit of brown just there. Perfect. There we go. Right, we're going to do the same with our green leaves now, I think. Right, I'm quite happy with that, I think. So I'm going to take my happiness again, I think, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll take create this time, or I'll take create and happiness. So I take my create first. You can tell I had a thought midway through again, didn't I? I know you can hear that penny dropping with me sometimes. So I'm going to start off by inking up my create, and all I'm going to do is just randomly start stamping this in the background. Make sure it's nice and inked up before you do that. Got our create. I'm going to do it all the way up this side. I think I wasn't going to, but I think I will, because oops, as long as I'm not going over the top of me wreath we've created, I think it'll be fine. So I've got create, create, create. There we go, I might just do a little bit more there. I've gone create. There we go. I've gone create mad, haven't I? I've got all those creates going around the edge. I'm going to take my happiness next. And I want black for this. I know it's the first thing we've actually stamped in black. Ooh. Got a bit of my foam tape there as well. And then I'm going to stamp this up the edge. There we go, got a bit of happiness going on. And then to finish it off, oh, you can see that happiness is having a tough time with all that oxide underneath it. I'll have to see who wins in a minute. To be fair, you might not be able to see that bit. So we'll just go around edge, dunk, dunk, dunk. I love the edges of tags, because you get that bit that's chopped off. You can see my oxide is not dry at the bottom, which is why it's fighting. Just like that. And then I wasn't going to, but I'm going to pop a little bit. She says, let me swap my pens out. There we go. Let's grab that one. Ooh, that one's just, it must be very, very wet. There we go. Just patterning them up a little bit. I'm very scratchy with this one, so I'm embracing that scratchy look. Just like that. There we go. Could always be Christmassy, this one, couldn't it? I'm just going to add a little bit of shading underneath. Oh, sorry, to the inside on here. And I'm going to do the same on the top here, so it looks like a frame. And then I think this one's done. You could add a little bit of white to it as well. There you go. I said it's nearly done. No, it's not. I'm just going to add a little bit of scratchy white too, just around the edge. And I'm being very scratchy with it. Maybe down that side a bit too. There we go. So, got our little tag. Should I hold that up so you can see it a little bit closer? I think so. There you go. That lovely create and happiness on there. You've got your leaves in there. You could pop a little acorn on there as well, I suppose. There you go. There you go. That is our day 12 make. that was our day 12, mate. We really didn't know where that was going to end up, but it turned out okay in the end. I'm pretty chuffed. Let me show it you again. There you go. Very chuffed with that. Just changed that happiness to Christmas, and I could have done a Christmas tag. Anyway, that was day 12. What will be in day 13? Just have to find out tomorrow.